Have you ever found yourself in a situation where a woman you thought had feelings for you suddenly starts to ignore you? She pulls back, becomes distant, and you're left wondering, did I do something wrong or worse? Was it all in my head? Well, what if I told you that sometimes when a woman is deeply in love, she doesn't come closer, she pulls away. Yes, it's confusing. Yes, it hurts. But there's more going on beneath the surface than you think. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the psychology behind why women sometimes ignore the very people they're falling in love with, and by the end you'll not only understand her behavior, you'll start to see it as a silent confession of how much she truly cares. The paradox of love is not always loud. It's not always obvious, in fact. Sometimes love is quiet, sometimes it hides. And when it comes to women, especially emotionally intelligent or guarded ones, love doesn't always manifest through pursuit. Instead, it might show up as hesitation, as withdrawal, as silence. Psychologists call this the approach-avoidance conflict. It happens when someone wants something very badly, like emotional connection, intimacy or closeness, but fears the consequences that come with it. In this case, she may love you, but that very love creates vulnerability, and vulnerability scares her. She may start to overthink. What if he doesn't feel the same? What if I give my all and get hurt? What if I lose myself in this? So instead of leaning in, she pulls back. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. Her silence is not rejection. We've been taught that if someone loves you, they should chase you, text you, call you and show up consistently, right? But love, especially for women who've been hurt in the past, doesn't always follow that script. When a woman ignores you, it's easy to assume she's losing interest. But sometimes she's actually protecting herself. Her silence is not rejection, it's self-preservation. She might check her phone a dozen times to see if you've messaged. She may write and delete texts. She might even cry at night, wondering why she can't bring herself to be honest about how she feels. It's not you she's unsure of. It's herself, because loving someone deeply means surrendering control. And for some women, that's terrifying. So they stay silent, distant, cold on the surface but burning inside. Past pain shapes present love. Let's talk about the past. Because behind every woman who hesitates to love deeply is a story. Maybe she trusted someone once, only to be betrayed. Maybe she gave her heart fully, and it was broken into pieces. Maybe she was emotionally abandoned by someone she once adored. That kind of pain doesn't disappear. It lingers. It makes her build walls instead of bridges. So when she starts falling for you, she remembers the scars, she remembers the promises that weren't kept. The nights she cried alone, the pieces she had to pick up by herself. And so, even though her heart beats louder for you, her mind whispers, protect yourself. This internal conflict creates distance. Not because she wants to lose you, but because she's afraid to lose herself again. Emotional overload. Love is overwhelming. For someone who feels deeply, falling in love can feel like drowning in emotion. It's a beautiful kind of chaos, but it's chaos nonetheless. Women, especially sensitive or intuitive ones, often feel things more intensely than they let on. And when they realize they've fallen for someone, it can hit them like a tidal wave. That emotional overload can trigger withdrawal. Instead of confessing their feelings, they might avoid contact, they might appear indifferent. They may act like they're too busy, too occupied, too uninterested. But in reality, they're trying to find balance. They're trying to process the storm inside their heart. And sometimes silence is their way of catching their breath. The power struggle. Here's another psychological layer. Power dynamics. When a woman falls for someone, especially deeply, she can feel like she's losing power. And in a world that teaches women to never need a man, vulnerability can feel like weakness. So what does she do? She hides her feelings. She pulls away to regain control. Ignoring you becomes her way of saying, "I'm not desperate, I still have the upper hand." Even though her heart wants to reach out, her pride wants to stay in control. It's not about playing games. It's about protecting her emotional identity, about not giving too much of herself away too soon. Ironically, the more she loves, the more she might retreat. Signs she's ignoring you because she loves you. So how do you know if a woman is ignoring you because she loves you, not because she's uninterested? Here are some subtle but powerful signs. And she watches you from a distance. She may not approach, but you'll feel her eyes on you. She notices your smile, your laugh, the way you move too. Her energy shifts when you're near. Her behavior changes. She becomes fidgety, quiet or overly composed, like she's trying to keep it together. 3, she keeps tabs on you indirectly. She might ask mutual friends about you, check your social media, or subtly keep herself in your orbit. 4, she responds, but with hesitation. Her replies are short, maybe delayed. But she still responds because deep down she wants to stay connected. 5, her silence is loud. You can sense there's something unspoken. The way she looks at you when she thinks you're not looking. The way her mood shifts when you're around. Her actions may say, "Leave me alone." But her heart is screaming, "Please don't give up on me." What you can do, if you suspect she's ignoring you out of love, not dislike, what can you do? 1, be patient. She's not playing hard to get. She's trying to feel safe. Give her the time and space to sort through her emotions. Do stay consistent. Don't chase, but don't disappear. Show her you're not here to hurt her, that you're not going to run when things get emotional. 3, create emotional safety. Open up gently, be vulnerable yourself. When she sees your heart is safe, she'll start to trust you with hers. 4, avoid pressure. Don't demand explanations. Don't confront her coldly. Let her come to you when she's ready. 5, speak through your actions. Send a thoughtful message. Listen when she talks. Remember the little things she says. Show her she matters without needing grand gestures. Sometimes love isn't about doing more. It's about being more present. Calm and real when to let go. It's important to recognize that not every woman who ignores you is secretly in love. If her silence is consistent, cold and indifferent, if she shows no emotional response at all, it may be time to move on. Real love, even when hidden, still leaves a trail, but if you're constantly the one reaching out, giving and hoping without any return, it might not be love. It might just be you holding on to potential that doesn't exist. Letting go isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Love is not always loud. Let this be your reminder. Sometimes the ones who love us the most don't know how to show it. Sometimes the woman who ignores you is the same one who cries over you. At night, the same one who dreams about you, thinks about you, but is terrified to lose you before she even has you. Love isn't always flowers and poetry. Sometimes love is silence. It's hesitation. It's the battle between the heart that wants to speak and the fear that says don't. So if you're on the receiving end of that silence, pause before you walk away. Ask yourself, is this rejection, or is this someone trying to love me in the only way they know how? We often expect love to be obvious. We expect it to chase us, praise us, and declare itself loudly. But real love, deep, soul-touching love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's hidden behind fear. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like being ignored. But now you know the truth. Now you understand the psychology. So the next time she seems distant, don't panic, look closer. Feel deeper, listen to the silence. Because love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, and if you listen carefully, you just might hear her heart calling your name. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever been ignored by someone you knew loved you deeply? What did you do, remember? Human behavior is rarely black and white. Emotions are messy. Love is complicated. But with understanding comes healing. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.